allow me to take you back to a time that I can personally say I didn't realize I was nostalgic for until I started making this video. That time was 2016, which, just to make you cringe for a moment, January 1st, 2016 was over 7 years ago at the time of recording this, and this has nothing to do with the actual video. I just wanted to incite a small dose of existential dread in you for a second. Specifically, the second half of 2016 is when this nostalgic time takes place for me, right at the release of No Man's Sky. People were beyond hyped for this game, as it was, to sum it up quickly, a game about traveling from procedurally generated planet to planet on some grand space adventure. But as many of you probably know, the game initially flopped because at launch it was so empty it felt like a glorified sandbox where you don't even get the little plastic tools to make anything with. It was just so much nothing. So hype for this game put a whole lot of people on a bit of a space game kick with no substantial new shiny space game content to actually scratch that itch. This is one reason why, X amount of months later, when a little space game called Astroneer launched, people flocked to it. And in typical human fashion compared it to No Man's Sky, despite how different the games actually are, which caused people to like it even more, because on one hand you had this incomplete mess with too many samey feeling environments with nothing to do except scan plants and rocks and name them synonyms for penis, compared to bright, vibrant, beautiful planets where everything just pops and you build these space bases with your own two hands and voyage on rovers. This game was the talk of the YouTube town, a golden goose of gaming videos if you would, but that never lasts forever, as now you don't hear too much about it anymore. And it's not because it didn't get any updates, because it did, which have been enough to grow a small niche community around the game, but never enough to get it back to its peak. It's quite ironic how people I've been struggling on this for like 5 minutes. Wait, give me a sec. It's quite ironic how people didn't fuck with the No Man's Sky launch and praised the Astroneer one, yet not many people talk about the Astroneer updates, whereas the No Man's Sky updates have earned the game awards for how much they've added over the years. Literally, as I was doing research for this video, it came to my attention that a new trailer for new shit dropped like a week ago. And so today I wanted to dive into Astroneer myself, because I had never actually played it. I was just a little dude watching YouTube videos on it back in the day, and that nostalgia is enough to make this full video on. So yeah, I'm filming this before I actually play the game, so I can't really do any slick foreshadowing on whether or not I actually enjoyed my time with it or not. But I am really bad at video games, so it does have a good chance to go poorly. But we'll see. It went poorly. It was hard for me to figure out what this game is actually about. Like, that's way more of a challenge than it needs to be for some reason. The main focus of the game is about discovery, base building, and hopping between planets, I think. There's a bit of exploration elements in there, but it's the kind of ordeal where once you've seen one mountain, you've seen all of them on that planet, you know? There's apparently some lore and plot according to Wikipedia, and it has a bit of survival game elements that are interesting, to say the least. You can die in this game, but it's not like it's that easy to do. Usually with survival games, it's a matter of managing resources, like keeping yourself fed or hydrated so your guy don't just keel over, or you have to fend off some sort of beast and make bases to keep them out. But in Astroneer, none of those things are really what will get you. 3 main ways to die in this game, according to the whole-ass manual it gives you, are by falling to your death, getting killed by a dangerous stationary plant, or not having enough oxygen in your tank, which is avoided by not leaving the vicinity of your base or the tethers connecting to it. It is extraordinarily easy to survive in this game, like you can be an idiot and not die. Speaking from experience. I feel as if the best way to describe the dangers of exploration in this game are to describe them as dangerous as a flight of stairs. Anyone between the ages of 5 and 50 should have no problem not dying in this game, just like how they have no problems with traversing a flight of stairs. But then there's that thing with toddlers and old people with stairs where they... First thing you get to work on after dropping into Astroneer is the missions, which are basically just there to be a form of tutorial for you, as it keeps feeding you with tasks to do the basics of the game. It tasks you with collecting compounds, and it gives you a 3D printer you can use those compounds to print a bigger printer with, which you can then use to print base parts so you can expand your base. It also teaches you to hook up an oxygen machine to your base, then to hook up tethers to that machine so you could extend the range you could move outside your base while still being connected to the oxygen so you can begin exploration. It's just stuff like that to ease you into the mechanics of the game, and all the while as you're doing these missions, you're earning points you can use to buy blueprints for parts that you can build with the printer, and eventually it tasks you with buying a blueprint, and you go, okay, How do I do that? And you wonder that for a long while, until to the point where it gets frustrating, and you are faced with a choice. You could sift through the dozens of manuals to find this one item, or you could turn to whatever fucking search engine you use and find the answer that way. And you wanna know what that answer is? You see that little nub there? Yeah, I didn't either, for like an hour of my life, where I was actively looking for it. And after this, the rest of the game is probably smooth sailing. You build rovers, trains, and rocket ships, and trek the planets of the solar system, collecting lore bits, stuff like that I can't really nitpick and talk shit about, because it's all quite well done, and a good bit of fun. So yeah, that's the basics, and the best part about my experience with this game is the fact that I didn't do any of that. I had to do actual fucking research and go back into the game after my initial multiple hour long play session I was gonna base this video on, just because I didn't do jack shit when I delegated an entire afternoon to this game. Because what I did was luck out big time and spawn next to a portable ball I could ride in that provides infinite oxygen, allowing me to go wherever I damn well pleased. And what did I do with all this power?
I turned off the recording for like a second and I came back and I'm in a hole.
I fell in a fucking hole!
Oh, it goes further down. No! Oh. No. Oh. I think I'm just a cave person now. And normally it wouldn't pain me to say that because that is really funny. But I'm like 15 minutes in.
Now, in this game, I was being supplied with oxygen from my ball, but what I didn't have was a power source in my suit, and every time I crafted something, I lost a bit more of my finite amount of power, so it really did seem like my cave operation was limited, as once I ran out of power, I wouldn't be able to craft anything. So to solve this problem, I made a generator that runs off organic materials and collected cave mushrooms to fuel it with.
Okay. Ooh! It worked! It worked. Okay, it actually worked.
I'm not trying to brag about the fact that I became a cave person and still managed to create power even with no knowledge on how this game actually works. I'm trying to point out the absurdity of the fact that I became a cave person in this game and still managed to create power even when I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. After I straight up taught myself the basic mechanics of this game in a cave, like I was some sort of weird space Tony Stark, I straight up made a small camp running entirely off of generator power.
An update on the cave? We have storage now.
Before I set off on a journey to properly explore this cave, completely unaware that this was going to take a very long time.
Compound! I haven't seen Compound in fucking days. Shit, no, Compound! Oh no! Power cells! What are power cells? I just saw that it goes even further down, and I want to ride the ball down.
This cave just kept going deeper, and each new level I got to would barely have anything that would interest me. It was a quick little cycle of drop down, ooh, what's that? Never mind, I can't do anything with it because I live in a cave! I was just going through these motions again and again until I dug to the mantle of the planet and found a mushroom forest.
Oh, what? Whoa! Dude, where am I? I found. How did I find magic mushrooms under in the mantle of this planet?
This entire story sounds like it was written by one of those storytelling AIs, you know, the ones where you give it a prompt that's like, you're a race car driver, and then 10 minutes later, the AI turns it into, you're in the sewers fighting goblins for some reason. I was supposed to play a game where I build rockets and fly into space, and like an hour or so in, and I'm in a mushroom cave. This is where I just stopped trying. Like, I was actively running into hazardous plants, and they just weren't doing anything. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll keep playing then. And the entire time I had been playing, I had been recording my audio as well as the game's because a comment told me I should, and I was like, fuck it, why not? But because of how tired I was, and also dumbstruck by the fact that I was living in a cave, every time I opened my mouth to speak, I would just mumble random nonsense or say the first thing that came to my mind, so it's really not coherent.
This is my cave, you know? I actually could just like rule
This ain't
this
anybody
cave.
else's cave, it's my
It's just
cave.
more
alright?
caves.
So
There's
I make the
literally
rules.
Just it's like
more
owning
fun
a very
game.
vicious
No one
dog.
else.
I think I'll go for you.
Sports.
My
It's in the
organic.
game.
So after hours of misery, insanity, and digging, the way this story ends I just don't fucking know anymore.
Oh, no shot. There's another cave. Wait, I'm not in oxygen. Oxygen. Oh. Huh? No! Oh, shit! Where am I? Oh, the gravity is off. Whoa! Whoa! Huh? What? Oh! What? Oh! Gravity. Oh, I found where gravity goes all fucky. Okay. I think this is the core of, like, the planet I'm walking on. I'm going to vomit. What the hell? I can just, like... Okay. Yeah, this is funky.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't actually try to play the game after this until I realized that I didn't actually know how to play the game, and I kinda needed to explain it to you guys for the video. Hey, on the bright side, if I wanted to keep playing on that world, I have a whole bunch of materials I got from digging so far down into the starting planet, right?
Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, no!
No, I died. I walked straight into a plant. See you around. Unless I don't. Bye.
窓辺にそっと頬寄せれば遠くでにじむ遺跡